You're listening to Weekend Game Plan, brought to you by Mark Ezerzer of Team Ezerzer with the Vantage Realty Group for residential, commercial, or revenue property expertise and results. Call or text 514-772-0771.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
Sports@thesuburban.com is the email address if you want to get in touch with Mark for this weekly segment or for the weekly newspaper. Mark, what the heck are we talking about here? Dragon boat? What? Mark, are you there?
You got the Two Abreast Dragon Boat Club. They're going to be competing at the Lachine Nakahoot Dragon Boat Festival today at the Lachine Canoe Club. And following that, the Two Abreast team is going to hold a special training session for breast cancer survivors interested in joining the team for the 2019 season. Now, this event is set for Thursday evening, June 13th. It's going to run from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., and then participants will don life jackets and get their paddles ready, as they will go paddle up after a 5:45 warm-up at 6 p.m. sharp. And then once back on land, there's going to be a small reception, so members of the club can answer any questions for persons that might be interested in signing on. Now, the address is 5524 St. Patrick, Montreal, but to find out more about it, go to www.twoabreast.ca and click on events.
All right, elsewhere, Mark, I find on this show we don't have enough sword talk. So what do you got for me?
Well, let's go en garde, as today, the 5th edition of Canada's only outdoor fencing tournament will take place at NDG Park. And the event will be organized by Escrime Montréal in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the club's presence in NDG. The event is more than just an outdoor tournament, as Duel Notre Dame de Grâce will offer free interactive demonstrations and a hands-on introduction to various styles of fencing. The duel will also allow everyone participating to make it an entry in the Participation Community Better Challenge event, which runs from May 31st to June 16th. And in the Participation Community Better Challenge, it's helping to strengthen communities through physical activities, sport, and is awarding $150,000 to the community that rallies the most participants and accumulates the most active minutes during the challenge. So to find out about this, they can go to duelndg.ca and maybe go in and have a little sword play this afternoon. You and Dave could go at it instead of ping pong.
Oh, please. I don't want to put a sword in Dave's hands. He has a bad temper.
This sounds like a great idea, Mark.
No, it doesn't.
This is why you're on the show. This is
all right.
Great ideas like this.
All right. Meanwhile, on the diamond, always a good caliber baseball of the Junior Elite League here.
Yeah, and today the players of the Laval 440 Chevrolet Pilots are going to be giving back, as they will be at their home field of Parc Marcel Maheu Stadium, and they will be mentoring members of the Laval baseball program, the younger players. They're going to be put through their paces as they hold their annual clinic. There's going to be several stations so the players can learn the various aspects of the game. And it's also being held earlier this year than in past seasons, so the students can put into practice what the juniors show them and work at it at a longer course. Now, the Adam Mosquitoes lead off today, and they're going to be followed by a session for the Pee-wee, Bantam, and midget age players.
All right, sticking with baseball.
Yeah. Some ball happening in your neck of the woods, as it is finally a nice Saturday weather-wise, and then nothing better than taking in some ball. And there's plenty on tap at Côte St. Luke's Trudeau Park, as the popular Intercommunity Baseball League has a full slate of semifinal matches in Adam Mosquito, Pee-wee, Bantam, and midget categories in the A and B categories. And play gets underway at 9 a.m. with the TMR Royals taking on the Hampstead Hawks. And the final contest of the day will be at Pee-wee A semifinal with the Dollard Blue Jays facing the Westmount Wings. Saturday's winners are going to go on to play a best-of-3 final for the championship, And members of the Concordia Stingers baseball team will also be on hand holding a day-long barbecue fundraising event. So head out to Trudeau Park and check out the action today.
All right, I actually may do that, yeah. All right, elsewhere, Mark, let's get into the pool.
Yeah, and not only was there a silver lining for Kirkland's Mia Valley, as there was also a golden moment for the camo diver at the 2019 Speedo Summer Senior Nationals held recently in Windsor, Ontario. Valet opened up with a silver medal performance on the 3-meter board and closed out her meet with a gold on 1 meter, making her a national champion at the senior level. Now, there was a little rest for Valet as she's presently in Madrid, Spain, competing in a FINA Grand Prix meet, and she's also joined by Westmount's Olivia Chamandy and Montreal's Eloise Tremblay and Laurent Gosselin Paradis in representing Canada at the competition. So some good up-and-coming divers with the Olympics in Tokyo in 2020 in the offing.
Sports at thesuburban.com if you want to get in touch with Mark for this weekly segment or for the weekly newspaper. Mark, I'm sure you're going to be out and about today covering sports, so enjoy the weather.
Will do, and what we're going to also be doing is listening, as you're going to have NDG in the house upcoming with Bodie.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing that.
I look forward to it as well. It's a weekend game plan here on TSN 690, as Mark mentioned. We'll talk some hockey up next with a Montrealer and prospect for the New York Islanders. Bodie Wild is here in studio, and we'll talk about his season, his take on the Stanley Cup final, what he's been doing with his folks and friends here in Montreal, and maybe a little scouting report on Suzuki of the Habs organization as well. That's up next.